Should be a good tour.
You're doing some touring this year.
Oh yeah, we just got back. We went to Charlotte for a week. You ever spent some time there?
Well, I do know that Shreveport flies to Charlotte.
Flight. We were there, landed at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
it was great.
Wow.
Yeah. So it kind of gives you a whole day there. It's a cool town. It was great.
You like Charlotte?
It was really good. It was great.
Really?
Yeah. Wasn't too big. We stayed in the arts district above a karaoke bar. Didn't happen to go in the karaoke bar though.
Could you hear them all night long?
No, we could hear there was also a few other live music venues around, and one was outdoor, kind of about, 30 yards from our back patio door. So you could hear them till midnight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was out there listening. Lori's like, when are they done? I said, they just said it's their last song. She's ready to go to bed.
My wife would be so angry.
Oh, yeah.
She'd be so angry. I would be too, to be honest. Because if it's like,
well, we knew going in. People saw the comments.
9 o'clock.
We bring our white noise with us.
Okay.
And then earplugs.
Yeah.
So, then we went and saw Dave Matthews Band. So.
And how was that?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good. Yeah. It's always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So just like literally every person in the band is like in the top 5 of their, instrument,
Yes.
So to see them play together is just crazy.
They're very good.
Yeah. Crazy. They bring out this like violin player or whatever. He's like, hey, this guy's going to sit in on a couple songs. And then I go like Google him after the show, and he's like the, Grammy Award winning, some violin guy. So.
I just don't understand how he puts that band together when he's very young, right? How does he get him to even play with him? That's what I can't figure out.
Yeah, apparently they were all like the house band musicians at some live music venue.
And so he just walks in one day. He's like, me, wakes up in the morning. And they're like, this is the guy. We've been waiting on this guy.
Oh, I think it's more like, how can he play those riffs and sing?
Yeah. That's very
difficult
good
to do.
It is very good. You got to give him credit. But again, though, why were they like, that's the guy? Like we're quitting our jobs.
Look, there may have been some drugs involved. I don't know. It's
interesting because you look at them, they're a very diverse group of musicians. It's not like they were hanging out at the frat house together.
Very diverse.
I mean, how did they?
I don't know, but it's also a very unique sound too.
It is.
So our Uber driver was from Jamaica, and he was trying to ask what type of genre of music it was we were going to listen to. And I was like, well.
Have you ever heard the sound of noodles? A lot of noodling. It's just a lot of noodling up there.
But, I do appreciate a concert where there's no opener.
Okay.
It's just we made that mistake. One time we did go see him and there was an opener. So then the next time we were like, well, we'll show up 30 minutes late. We missed like the first 3 songs,
Yeah.
So when they start 7:30 sharp, play till 10:30, done. Mm-hmm. 3 hours.
You just reminded me because my buddy that will text me every single day of my life, he texted something the other day. He's like, I hate the Dave Matthews Band so much. Just probably unprompted.
Yeah.
And I remembered I got to school in Mississippi because, growing up in Shreveport, I listened to the Rebel Rocker and 99X, and I listened to, we had a really cool station at one point called The Buzz. Do you remember that? It was like 92 point something. We had like a really great station for a minute. And I got to Mississippi, and it was like the, freshman year, the dorm. And I was walking down the hall in the very beginning, and I was like, what's that? You could hear music coming from the rooms. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, this is the Dave Matthews Band. I knew him from the song in the movie Crash with Alicia Silverstone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, that's Dave Matthews Band. And I walked, and I kept going, and I was like, that's Dave Matthews Band. I'm kind of confused. And I kept walking. I was like, that's Dave Matthews Band. It's like coming out of 7 different rooms in this house.
Well, it did give off the frat boy reunion vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's funny because we're walking around town the 2 days before, and we could identify couples that were in town for the Dave Matthews show. It was like, oh yeah, they must have got the outfit, the Dave Matthews outfit,
But I had never, and look, I guess this just turned into a music pod, but I just have never, I didn't grow up in a jam band type of thing.
Sure.
And so when you get around people like that, it just makes you go, what is this?
Yeah. But, I feel like that, in a sense, some of that's coming back around.
It is.
I mean, we saw Tyler Childers, and, they essentially find the groove in a song and then just jam for a bit,
But, I mean, John Mayer, Grateful Dead, that whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
There's like fish and goose and all these animals. That are like playing the Sphere. Thousands of people are coming to watch, and it's just like, what? It's got to be the drugs.
Well, it's so crazy, because they are still putting out new music. The Dave Matthews Band is, but I don't know when the last time they had a significant hit. But man, they still just it's like 40,000 people there at every show.
I know.
It's insane.
I've been to a show.
I turned around. It's like there's so many people.
I know, and they're all just like bebopping.
It's like back-to-back nights.
Yeah,
crazy. It is crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So, well,
there we go. So topic today. So I have started. I went through. So backtrack a long time ago when I was probably in the era you were listening to Dave Matthews Coming Across the Dorm Hall. I remember reading a book called Blue Like Jazz.
I've read it.
Yep, by Donald Miller. Mm-hmm. Yes. And kind of a thought-provoking, different way of looking at spirituality, religion, church, and, for a very fundamentalist, sheltered young lad, as I was, it was thought provoking.
Mm-hmm. Then you kissed dating goodbye after that. It's got to go down as one of the worst books ever. Sorry.
Well, I never kissed dating hello. Okay, so
God bless you. That book helped you in your life. God bless you, man. I don't know what to tell you. My roommate loved it, and I was like, "This is so dumb. What are you reading?"
So fast forward, 15, 20 years, and Donald, he put out several books, all kind of having to do with spirituality, thinking through Christianity. Then he kind of made his shift into branding and business world. Mm-hmm. And the Story Brand book was great. Read that, really good stuff. So about, 5 years ago, he put out a book called Business Made Simple. And Business Made Simple is really a guide, a textbook guide for professionals to understand the ins and out in a simple way of how business works. Mm-hmm. And it's for business owners, but really it's also for your team members to understand kind of through the lens of your owner of your business, right? Great book. So I read it a couple of years ago. Went through part of it with my team, and I'm going back through it again with another team. And so I thought it'd be a great thing to talk about. When you start the book, the very first chapter of the book, it goes through the 10 characteristics of a value-driven professional. 10 characteristics of a value-driven professional. And what it is you're supposed to go through it 10 days, and there's a video. If you buy the book, there's a video that like a 6 to 10 minute video of him explaining what he means by that. It goes into a little bit more detail. Okay. And so what I've been doing for the past 4 or 5 weeks, we're just going through one of those a week, watching the video and discussing. Really good. Any team like this would be a great thing if you're looking just to kind of get people talking.
Where's the video?
If you get the book, there's like a website to go to. Yeah. I think it's just a really big fancy trap to get your email, honestly, but it's a great content. It's worth your email. It's not like the, Tony Robbins,
hey man, don't
personality assessment.
Tony Robbins' name. Okay.
So let's go. I want to go through the 10 characteristics. Again, I'm not going to do it justice that this is, but man, it is so good to go through it with your team. And you just start to see, every time we have this discussion, and we just start off our weekly meeting with it. We watch the video and we discuss for 10 minutes, but you see light bulbs kind of going off. And so it's really good stuff. So first, here would be the first characteristic of a value-driven professional. Okay, you got it? See yourself as an economic product on the open market. This episode is sponsored by Clint Davis Counseling, helping people make lasting internal change for external growth and success. They provide professional counseling, education, and resources to the community of Shreveport, Bossier City. They have 3 locations, one in Shreveport, one in Bossier, and one in Benton. So go to clintdaviscounseling.com or give them a call, 318-562-6903. Man, this is great. And he kind of uses the analogy of, if I invest in a stock, I'm investing in a stock because I'm hoping that value of that stock will go up and I'll make more money from it. And, that's just kind of the principle we want our employees to understand. And a lot of them don't, and this helps. But hey, if I'm paying you $20 an hour, I want to see a return of what, $40 an hour, $60 an hour. And he makes the point is, as business owners, the expectation should be 4 times a return on your investment into an employee. So you pay them a $40,000 salary, you want to get $160,000 back that year.
Yeah. Or double GP.
Sure. Yeah. So, but when they start viewing it that way, right? And those are the type of employee, you get that mindset. Those team members don't have to ask for a raise, right? And those are the best. I think of the best people on my team. I've never had to have the salary conversation with them or the pay salary. I look at their performance at the end of the year. I see how valuable they are to the team. I'm coming to them with a raise.
Yeah. Well, good for you being proactive.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to keep going.
Economic product. Okay. This one to me feels a little like not the black sheep of the group, but the gray sheep of the group. Okay. When I listen to the rest of them, but you can keep going.
No, that's good. Okay. So see yourself as a hero, not a victim. I think that the reason it started with that one on number 1, what they do is they tend to build on each other, the characteristics. And so, so see yourself as a hero, not a victim. Mm-hmm. And that's a very good one. I think that this is big. I even see it in my kids, right? It kind of becomes natural. It's kind of human instinct to, if you get any kind of criticism or you get any questions asked, to be like, there was a big debate in the house the other night. Carter, apparently it didn't happen according to him, but the other 3 kids in the car said that he bumped the car in front of him.
Oh,
and I forgot to mention it. I saw the kids without him that day, and they said, yeah, Carter bumped the car in front of us. And I was like, well, did they stop and get out? He's like, no, they just drove and there was no mark. So then a day passed and I'd forgotten. I said, Carter, come in here. I was like, why didn't you tell us about hitting this car? And he gets real defensive. He's like, I didn't hit the car. I'm like, well, there's people saying you did.
Eyewitness testimony.
He said, why are you accusing me of hitting the car? I said, I'm not accusing. They're facts. 4 people in the car, 3 say it happened, 1 said it didn't.
Yeah. Well, it could have been conspiracy.
It could have been.
Turned on him.
They could have been. They could have colluded.
They were like, hey, take us for ice cream. And he said, no. Yeah, and they're like, guess what, buddy? You're going down.
Or they could have been like, hey, we want mom or dad to drive us to school next year.
Maybe.
We got to make up something.
See, look, you're willing to just cast this guy out without a fair hearing?
Yeah. Well, I think that, you think of this victim mentality. I would imagine most people, that's their first instinct, no matter how healthy you are, how you see yourself. But when someone is criticizing or complaining or, a series of bad events happen to you in your life, right? That is the first thing we bring on.
Yeah.
Why is this happening to me?
Yes.
Right.
Of course.
Yep. And so then it makes, so how do you get your team not to view themselves that way,
or to have, real agency? I think it's tough, and I think a lot of that's really internal. I don't know how you really shift somebody in that way, because that's hard.
Well, most people grow up that way, right? And so then you're kind of dealing with this lifelong ideology. Mm-hmm. And now it comes into the workplace, right? But then, every organization has the one person or the few people that nobody wants to bring up, right, they just kind of ignore things, right? Because they know that if we bring this up, it's going to explode. We're going to make them mad.
Yeah.
We call it level 1 energy.
Oh.
Do you remember the energies?
It's been a while.
Okay. But apathy, you ignore problems. That's the bottom level of energy to leadership. But you ignore problems, and the 2 reasons you ignore problems are, 1, to conserve energy, which, happens every day, but you don't have time to deal with it. Right.
I agree.
And then the second is to avoid conflict.
Yeah.
So whenever you have a leader, which I have some, and they're great leaders, but both of those matter to them a lot, it's difficult to press into those difficult conversations.
Yeah. And you have to.
You have to. And, I think that it becomes easier. Obviously, I think that emotional intelligence comes into play. I think that you have, here's what I would say. The easiest way to overcome this victim mentality and have these difficult conversations with your people is to have a systematic way that's across the board in your organization. Right. So that if I have an employee or a team member and they know, hey, every week I'm having a 15-minute conversation to review my performance, the guard's down a little bit. Right.
Yeah.
Other than you don't meet with any of your team members one-on-one and you say, hey, tomorrow after work, I need you to stay. We need to talk about something. Mm-hmm. Well, now they're going to be stressed out the whole time. Right.
Yeah.
What I do wrong? What is this about?
Yeah.
Right. And so then, so that's why I think it really needs to be a proactive approach rather than reactionary.
I agree.
Yep. And it makes that a little bit easier. And, whenever they know everybody's getting the same treatment, that's it. Also, another good one when having these conversations is, this comes from Coach Aaron, but ask permission, So whenever you, and then I even, in those meetings, I have them define, hey, what should you be doing that you're not doing? Mm-hmm. What do you think you're doing that well? What do you think that you need to work on? And I let them answer it. And they're way harder on themselves than I am. Mm-hmm. Right. And then, hey, if this is a problem for you, how do you want me to help you stay on task?
Yeah.
So cool. Learn how to de-escalate drama. Do we have drama at Ivy's?
Do we have humans at Ivy's is the question. Yes, we do. And a lot of it is human nature. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it is, how can I say this? A lot of it could be put out. Mm-hmm. But human nature is a tough thing, man. Yes. Human nature is a tough thing. In any kind of organization, somebody is going to inevitably feel left out. They're going to feel like they're unheard. Mm-hmm. They're going to feel jealous if somebody gets a promotion that they don't like, or somebody comes. You see it like this. Like, we have some very, very loyal people. And sometimes I've seen when a new person comes in and they're obviously doing good stuff, the incumbent will get really angry and jealous because they're like, but, I'm committed and this person is, stealing my thunder or whatever. Yeah. And, it's because they care a lot, but they'll take that energy and lash out. And that's not good.
Or not lash out. Hold it in.
And, not lash out.
Or go to someone else in the company, right?
Mm-hmm. Or backbite or gossip or whatever.
Lashing out might be the best option. Well, now you know where they stand.
Everybody sees it. So,
sees it.
But a lot of times, here's what's crazy. That lashing out doesn't ever come from somebody who's checked out. Yes. Think about that.
Yeah.
It never comes from somebody who's just doesn't care.
Yeah. Well, when they don't care, they've taken that level 1. Right. Yeah. They're conserving energy.
It's like, I care so much.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring the wrecking ball. And you're like, thank you for caring so much.
Yeah.
Please leave that at home.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Ivy's Building Materials with 3 locations in Halton, Blanchard, and Mansfield. We are your locally owned home center. We have hardware, building materials, anything you need to build a house, to fix a toilet, to paint a room. Come see us at Ivy's Building Materials and see the service that we are known for. IvyLumber.com.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to what I said earlier. I mean, some people that's the only way they know how to deal with conflict. or how to express their emotions, or to deal with anger.
That's true.
Right? Like they just don't know.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, that is interesting. What I found is a lot of times it happens when someone's underperforming and it's causing their job to be more difficult. Right.
Somebody else.
Yeah, it's just like life
harder.
Yeah, and that's whenever, I mean, the bigger your organization gets, the more team dynamics are in place.
Yeah,
and you have to. I mean, if there's a team or a area of your business that say 5 employees kind of depend on every one of them to be firing on all cylinders, well, chances are all 5 are not going to be firing on all cylinders every day.
What is so interesting is that as your business scales, there's the thing your business does, and then there's the leadership and management of the thing your business does. And what I'm finding is that as you go and as you grow, they're 2 very different things, man. Yeah. The guy who or gal who is very good at what the business does does not give you a 1-for-1 port into what the management or leadership of what the business is. They can be very different skills to be like the best salesperson, the best knowledge. They know product knowledge. They know, they have all the answers. That does not mean on a 1-for-1 level, they're going to transfer to being the best leader who's here to hold people accountable, make things clear, do a lot of interpersonal work, have a great emotional intelligence, keep people focused on the right thing, bring the right level of energy. That's just such a different thing.
Yeah.
And we get in trouble where we look at the person who's like the best at the thing and go, they should be the leader.
Well, I saw, I was a school teacher, and that's huge. I mean, you become a principal by putting your time being a teacher and a coach.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's a different job.
It's so crazy.
It's a different job.
So crazy. But then you think of, and this throws in the benefit of hiring and promoting from within is there typically is some buy-in, right? And there's already some camaraderie there. But then you think of bringing in someone from outside of the organization and then just go ahead and putting them in leadership over all these people.
That's hard.
It's hard.
And you know what? Here's what I found too. Here's what's table stakes for leadership: respect.
Yeah.
Some guy made a point on Twitter the other day. He goes, one of my tests to see if I can promote somebody from the group on top of the group is the eye roll test. Meaning if I go to the group and say, hey, I'm going to make Bob the leader, how many eyes roll? Respect is table stakes.
Yeah.
If you don't have the respect in the leadership or management role, you are toast.
Yeah.
You're fried.
Yeah.
And that's just the beginning. That's not even talking about all the different levels that we're bringing to this right now.
Sure. Yeah. I love 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. You read that book? And it's like the pyramid. And it's like, well, the bottom layer, most people never get past it, which is trust.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
And how do you gain that trust?
How you lose that trust?
Well,
because you see, I have seen that.
Well, what is my brother actually said this a couple of months ago when he's preaching. He says, you gain trust with spoonfuls and you lose trust with buckets.
Or at a Coldplay concert.
Well, hey. Yes.
It just takes one.
All right. Number 4. This is a good one. Oh, did we even get into de-escalate drama?
We did.
A little bit?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that, it kind of goes back into that. That's why it goes with the hero, not a victim first, and then de-escalate drama. So that does tie in so good into the levels of leadership, though. All right, number 4, accept feedback as a gift. Yes.
Can we talk about this for just a second?
Yes,
I have just started a program with our leaders where we're doing 360 reviews, blind feedback from direct reports.
Okay.
I started with myself.
Okay.
And so I had 7 people that I went to and I said, here's what you're going to do. You're going to fill this out. Don't put your name on it. Give it in to, HR lady. She's going to compile it for me. I'm not even going to know who said anything. And it's going to come back to me.
Okay.
One of the best things I've done in a long time.
Okay.
In a long time.
Yeah.
Here's what's crazy. Some things that I thought were going to be said were not said.
Oh.
That I thought, okay, this is a problem. It's going to be a problem. They're going to say, hey, blah, blah, blah. No. Because the feedback that comes back is funny. It's all about what's in their world, right?
Yeah.
The things we think about as a leader is like, oh, this is probably not the best for me to do or whatever. Actually, it's like, no, what's in their world and what are you doing in their world? And that's what you see the feedback comes back on.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like, you could wear, crazy glasses, a clown suit, but at the end of the day, if you take care of what's in their world,
sure,
they're cool with it.
Yeah. Well, I think that is, and I can't remember what book I read that in, but they talked about the element of having feedback loops in your business. Right, that's a big one, right? And you even mentioned feeling unheard, right? Mm-hmm. Well, what I found is in an organization, they're going to be heard. It's up to you where they're voicing their concerns at.
That's true.
Right.
That's very true.
And that's what I like to define with my team. It's like, hey, if you're frustrated with something and you go to anybody in the organization that can't help that frustration, then you're being divisive.
And you're wasting your time.
Well, you are wasting your time, but you're also being divisive. You're hurting our company.
Yep.
Right. You're spewing divisiveness. Mm-hmm. And because there's what's the other point? What are you getting out of sharing that? Yeah. Other than to bring someone else into your negativity.
That's right.
Or to undermine the leadership.
Yeah.
So yes, that's kind of how I define gossip in the workplace. It's like you should be sharing those concerns. We want to hear those, but it has to be to someone that can help solve that problem.
Right.
So, but yeah, dude, it's tough. But yeah, getting the feedback, this isn't just saying learn how to take the feedback. This is like saying desire, like it's a gift. You're looking forward to getting the feedback.
So let me go deeper with the 360 reviews that we're doing right now. Your initial instinct is to be defensive.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Because somebody is saying something that you're like, well, you don't really understand. You don't really know what I'm doing. You don't really see the big picture. You don't really, but you have to totally fight that instinct.
Yeah.
And you have to push it away and you have to go, this is a gift.
Yeah.
Because if you go out to somebody, if you went right now to one of your brokers or whatever and said, hey, how do you rate me as your boss? Mm-hmm. They're going to be like, man, you're the best boss I've ever had, ever.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, thank you so much. That feels so good. And then you're going to go on with your day, right? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people have a real hard time giving just really honest, solicited feedback. It's hard for people to be real honest. I can think of bosses I've worked for. If they would have walked up to me and said, what do you think about me? I would have been, you're good, man. You're real good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So how do you get that honesty?
Yeah.
How do you solicit that honesty?
Yeah. Well, it's tricky, right? Because you also, all feedback is not equal.
True.
Right. And, you want feedback from people that care about you.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily want the disgruntled employee taking part of that survey.
That's right.
Right. Because their intention is not to be helpful.
Yeah.
And to edify. Right. It is to tear down and be divisive. And a lot of times those type of people, you don't know who they are, because they do to your face say how great you are.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
So it is a weird, it's tricky.
Accept feedback as a gift.
Accept it as a gift.
Hard to do, but very powerful.
Yes. I would say if you're not getting the feedback, go ask for it,
Yeah. Anonymous survey.
All right. We need to, go through this. Now we're on 5. Know the right way to engage in conflict. The right way to engage in conflict. You already said it. Listen, the only way there's not conflict is if there's only one employee, right? Mm-hmm. My mom was at the house the other day and my dad was a pastor and he would always tell this joke. He would say, they found this man that was stranded on an island for like 40 years. And they show up.
Tom Hanks.
And they're like, hey, man, you've done a great place, this island. What's that building there? And he goes, oh, that's my church. He says, oh, well, what's that structure you built right over there? He goes, that's where I used to go to church. Which is hilarious, right? Because it's so true. Right. Yeah. And so, but like, there's going to be conflict, right? As long if there's more than one person, there is going to be conflict.
Yes.
Right.
Human beings.
Human beings. And so then how do you go about it? Right.
Yeah.
And, I think there are tools in place to do that. I think that there's always, man, so some of the things I've put in place for me to help with conflict, I don't address it right away. That just helps me, right? Because usually whenever there's conflict or something happens, I'm at a level 2 energy, which is anger. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm frustrated. Why do I have to deal with this again? I've told you this 10 times. Why does it keep coming back? Yeah. So if I pick up the phone and call a meeting, I'm going to be very angry. Yeah. And that's not a good approach for conflict.
I agree.
Right. Or I could be in a overwhelmed state. I could have so much stuff on my plate. I just ignore the conflict because I'm at level 1. I'm trying to conserve energy. I know I have to, a lot of stuff going on at home or whatever it is going on. I just don't have time to deal with it. So I just put it off. So then really whenever we talk about the 7 levels of leadership or energy, 7 levels of energy for leadership, the third one is really where we want to spend most of our time, is level 3. And that is, kind of a win-win situation. There is no blame. It's just like, this is conflict or this is an issue that needs to be resolved. And as a leader, I'm here to resolve it. So it's kind of where you want to approach it. Mm-hmm. Conflict resolution. Do y'all have any kind of policies in place?
Don't use guns.
Yeah. I do think going back to that, the more proactive you can be, right, the less conflict there's going to be.
Yeah.
And so you have to create these environments, right, mm-hmm. to build the trust, build the respect, have feedback, to get issues out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I agree.
I think going first as a leader helps. This episode is sponsored by Priority Roofing, locally owned, family-ran business specializing in residential and commercial roofing, repairs, replacements. No job is too small. They've helped thousands of homeowners in the Shreveport-Bossier area over the past several years. Call the office, 318-202-2123, or visit their website, PriorityRoofingLLC.com. So here's another principle that I like to do. One, I don't go right away, but then 2, I'm always, one of the books, The Advantage I read recently, he says, your title really should be CRO, Chief Reminding Officer. And so anytime there's conflict, I'm always starting, even if I'm the one resolving conflict between 2 people. Right. I'm starting with saying, hey, let's remind ourselves what the mission is here. Do you love working here? Yes, I love working here. Do you remember this is our vision? Are you still bought into that vision? Yes. So then you kind of find this commonality of, hey, we're in this together.
Yeah.
Right. We want this job.
Right. Right.
Side note, totally forgot to bring it up, but I heard the big news in your area.
What's that?
The new restaurant coming.
What are you talking about? Yes.
Waffle House?
Okay. Yeah.
Are we excited?
Sure.
Waffle House, man.
Waffle House. I don't make it to Waffle House very often.
Some of these conflict resolutions done early
might
in the morning.
Might need to happen at Waffle House.
Hey, we need to call Waffle House at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do it.
I mean, we would go to Denny's. You would talk me out of working out to go to Denny's.
I know. It's so much better than working out, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not like a net zero. It's like, hey, let's just not work out today. Okay, I'm breaking even today. And it's like, hey, let's get working out and go
to Denny's.
Really greasy sausage first thing.
Pancakes that smell like bleach.
Yes, and so then it's like, well, now I'm starting at a deficit.
What are we doing here? Let's go to Denny's.
Yes, there we go. All right. Let's see. Seek trust and respect first. You've already talked about that. Look at us. I think that, the way, and I actually talked to this with the team when we went over this earlier this week is, we you kind of view it like a deposits into a bank.
Yes.
Right. You can't go make a withdrawal from a bank if you've not deposited any money into it.
Yes.
Right. Or then it's negative. And so when we do go have those tough conversations, that we have had to have made deposits into those relational banks, emotional banks.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Or, people need stuff and you deliver for them.
Yes. And, I think part of it that holds us back is we feel like we have to do it, like that fairness has to be like, well, if we're going to do it for this person, we got to do it for all the people. Right. And that's just not always the case. And you can do something, go out of the way and do something special for one person that you can't do for everyone. Still do it.
Yeah.
Cool. Like it. All right. Take action. Goals without actions are like pie in the sky. Man, this is big for me. Value-driven professionals are active. They kind of feel the weightiness of things, and that compels them to take actions. They understand that velocity is important in business. I'm my natural characteristics not great at this because I have great big ideas and I can set up really great goals and come up with some really cool concepts. And then we dismiss the meeting, and the next week I'm like, hey, what about this? And nothing's happened.
Yeah.
Right. So, and you might call that the word you used to use is an integrator. You need an integrator.
Right.
Take these big ideas.
The traction thing of the visionary and integrator.
Yes.
And I think if you could find that person, for you being a true visionary, you could find a true integrator. It's a dynamic partnership, and you probably have that in several of your businesses. But it does feel like the best partnerships really come down to having two different complementary skill sets.
Yes.
One being the bias towards action, the integrator, the process procedure, the let's get it done guy. Yes. One guy being able to look way down the field and say, actually, here's where we're going to go.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And, what's crazy is the one that becomes natural to me. Obviously, I'm the big visionary guy. I almost feel like ashamed or guilty at times that that's what my role is, because the thought of dealing with operations like just drives me crazy. Like it stresses me out and wears me out just to even
human beings,
just even think about it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so then like I can imagine the ones that need to be in that role don't understand what I'm doing and would feel like, oh, wow, these big concepts and acquisitions and being in charge of a, 6-figure payroll every couple of weeks, like that overwhelms them,
That's right.
So yeah.
That's right.
Take action. That's also a really good one. We use the 4 disciplines of execution in our organizations. And for us, it brings clarity to what the daily goal is for someone. And then we make commitments as a group. Hey, this week, this is what I'm committing to doing. In fact, in some of my teams, we do morning huddles. So we do daily commitments. Hey, here's what I'm doing. It's a 5-minute phone call, 10-minute phone call to start the day. Hey, here's where we stand as a company, kind of the state of the union of the company, revenue, what's in the pipeline, these sort of things. Then each individual team member says, well, takes 30 seconds. Here's what I'm doing today to move the ball forward.
I like it.
And then we're off and running.
Yeah.
But man, it just really sets the pace. So we do those morning huddles in the trade companies, and they're great. So, all right. Number 8, choose clarity. Choose clarity. I'm responsible for me. You're responsible for you. I think success becomes simpler when we choose clarity. When we're unclear, we don't want to make hard decisions or take risks. But if we're crystal clear about who is truly responsible for our success, we take ownership of our lives. I think the other way that he says it in the book is choose not to be confused. And sometimes we just kind of just know that, hey, if we kind of keep it confusing a little bit and there's not clarity, then I'm okay of just kind of coasting by.
Yeah.
And not being accountable and not stepping up and taking action.
Or communicating well.
Communicating well. Yep.
And more thoroughly.
Yes. How is most of the communication done with your team? Are you doing do y'all have like group chat? You sending out text messages? You doing emails?
It's very hard because not everybody's on the same platform, right?
Yes.
So the people who are on email, that's easy because you can just email. And then I've found myself now, like if it's an important thing, I'm going to schedule it to resend in a week or so, right? So I can just kind of build a cadence of like, hey, remember, because you send out one email, that's not enough.
Yep.
But for everybody, it's very hard because we don't do like big shutdowns very often. So it is tough, although we're not huge. So it's you can get to everybody. It's just more of a challenge.
Yes. So on your like company wide, you have 3 locations, right? Is there ever a time where everybody's in the same room?
Once a year.
Once a year.
It's like a Christmas party kind of thing.
Okay.
So we don't have like a big shutdown.
Okay. And then you're tasking I would imagine you have like a location manager or someone that's kind of the head of each location.
Yes.
And how often are they bringing everybody together?
Not enough. They will have weekly meetings with certain people, but not everybody. And that's just kind of the nature of our business. We don't have we don't create a lot of opportunities just to shut it all down and bring everybody in.
Yeah.
And a lot of it would be tough because people are working in different things. And so it's almost hard to come in and say, hey, here's the one big thing.
Yeah.
I really kind of hate pointless meetings.
Yeah.
I'm not a pointless meeting person.
Yeah.
And I want to slow things down for that.
Sure.
So communication's hard for us.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
So, we could take the Clint McCullough approach.
He's just every day, like Bible study and break it down.
Monday morning, an hour early.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. For us, it'd be like 4 a.m. So
I think they were meeting at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
On Monday morning.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He's like, hey, we're a family. We start the week together.
Yeah. I like it.
Isn't that crazy?
I do like it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way.
Show up.
Maybe that's the way.
And
then they don't work. So like, well, I'm going to go home, go back to bed now.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not on the
shift. We just recently started. We've had 2 of them now doing a company-wide monthly meeting with, we've always done it on the real estate side. We have a monthly sales meeting, but this with our roofing and plumbing division now bringing them together. And, I feel like, you should do it 30 minutes. You give them donuts, 30 minutes early, then send them out the door. Mm-hmm. But, really for us, it's really just celebratory, and we make it a little cheesy and lighthearted, but, we give out recognition. And
so we may have a third of them that aren't even working then. So
what do you mean?
That's tough. Well, they wouldn't be scheduled then,
Yes.
They may be off. It's like you're going to come in and eat donuts, go home.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know it's difficult. Okay. To choose clarity, be relentlessly optimistic. Man, this one's difficult. I think for most, what I found for most men, we are just always constantly attacking problem solving. And so, we even do this, especially in one of our areas of one of my businesses, which is actually very successful and has had a lot of growth. But with that growth has come a lot of problems. And so I found us getting together once a week with literally 10 people in the room to start solving these problems. Everybody has their own list of problems, all this stuff. And that's how we start the conversation. We're starting that conversation with problems. And I said, hey, stop. Let's talk about the positives here a little bit, right?
Yes.
And the truth is the things that they're doing on a daily basis are working. We see the results going up, and so just reminding them of that. And what's crazy is, man, as soon as I stopped that meeting and said that, I said, hey, I just want to let you all know, we have a lot of problems. Don't get me wrong, but what you're currently doing is making a difference. You can see a shift instantly on their faces and in the room. Mm-hmm.
I think that's so wise because you can get into meetings with people, and we've done it so many times that just turn into gripe sessions. Yeah. And I'm just so tired. I don't want to go back in this thing. I don't want to just go and just hear people gripe over and over again. It's just not. It's like bring an agenda. Yeah. Start positive. Yeah. And then have a section to work on problems.
Yeah. Agenda's huge. And that's what, we start at the top of every one of our agendas is wins. What are the wins? Yep. So this episode is sponsored by Plumber for Hire, locally owned plumbing company specializing in residential and commercial plumbing. They've recently expanded into new construction plumbing, and also, they're very proud of starting their HVAC division. So when the temperature gets hot, if you need any servicing or work done on your heating and cooling system, make sure to call Plumber for Hire. There's no job too big or too small for them. You'll see their vans driving around town, giving them a wave. They really pride themselves in getting to every job within a day of the call coming in. So get in touch with them, 318-709-9090, or visit their website, plumberforhiresbc.com, or you can find them on social media. Good stuff. All right, let's go to the last one here. Have a growth mindset. Growth mindset. To achieve value in your life, you must reflect which mindset you choose. And so these steps are embrace challenges, persist against obstacles, see effort we put in as fruitful, learn from criticism, be inspired by the success of others. I think that some people get it and some people don't, right?
Well, comfort and growth usually don't go together.
Correct.
And that is
change.
That's a powerful statement because if you feel comfortable, you're not growing. And if you're growing, you're not comfortable. Yeah. And so it's a pretty easy test for where you are today.
Yeah. Right? Well, and you can't grow without change.
Yes.
And nobody wants change. Right. Especially the employee that's been there for 10 years and has done the same thing and has perfected that. And now you're going to say, hey, we're going to change your process a little. Yeah. Hey, we're getting rid of the typewriter. We're going to get a computer, right?
Yes.
Not very happy.
Not very happy.
And that is, man, you think of like how rapid our, you think of AI and all this stuff and how things have changed. I mean, dude, we just went to Charlotte. I didn't use Google one time. I used chat to tell me everything.
I know.
Where to go, what to do, all that, right?
It's just a different
thing. So that's in a year. So think of all of the businesses that are depending on Google and have resisted to change. Yeah. And what's going to happen to their business, right? So, I mean, like some things we just have to change to continue to grow. We have to change.
That's right.
And it is uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And the ones with the growth mindset, and they stick out, right? I mean, I got a text message Tuesday night, and a newer person in a very important position. She's been with us for a few months, and she just said, hey, today in the meeting, could you sense a change? Like there's been a shift in the past week. There's been a shift in the team. He's like, we're from chaos and, fighting each other. And now we're just like really unified, and so that's a great text to have, right? Yeah. That doesn't come without very difficult, uncomfortable conversations and tasks and changes.
Right.
So
100%. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I think it all starts, I think all of this as leaders, we have to keep the vision at the forefront. Mm-hmm. No matter if it's a small meeting, a small one-on-one conversation, if it's a huge meeting, we have got to be able to articulate in 30 seconds where we're headed. Yeah. And I think that solves a lot of these problems. One of the analogies I brought up, and man, I cannot remember who this came from or where it is. And I didn't even know that I knew it until I was like thinking about it. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this. But it's, as leaders, we need to be the thermostat, not the thermometer. You've heard this?
It's a huge one.
It's a huge one, right? And that's what usually happens is, especially if you're taking a level 1 energy approach, you're coming in and you're a thermometer. You're just reflecting the temperature in the room. Yeah. Right. And as leaders, we have to set the thermostat.
That's right.
And we have to be the one, we're going to set the degree that this environment functions at. Yeah. And that's difficult to do every day.
Of course. But it's so important. I mean, every time I walk through the door, I try to make sure that I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Talking to people, using a lot of names.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, your energy is contagious.
Yeah. Do you have like a hype song you listen to, like right when you're pulling from the parking lot, or is it Rats in a Cage?
And hanging in my truck, I've got a dot matrix printer saying, "Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage."
Yeah.
No, it's so important. I mean, you walk into the building, you walk into the room, you walk into anything, and you've got to be somebody who is optimistic, somebody who's hopeful, somebody who's because again, you come in with a rain cloud and it's just over. And I've tried to teach leaders that throughout our organization throughout the years is that, you've got to set the energy. You've got to create the energy. Yes. Don't fall victim to like whatever's going on. Mm-hmm. And some people get that really easily and some people really can't. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man, culture is really hard.
Yeah.
If you're not taking care of the fundamentals. And that's what I meant earlier. Being the great thing, the great salesperson, the great knowledge technician, whatever, is not leading and guiding a culture. It's so different. And that person who's leading and guiding the culture probably could probably get away with not even knowing what the stuff is. I mean, they'll learn it eventually.
Sure.
But it's just a different thing. And I'm finding that it's like slapping me in the face.
Yeah.
And so God bless me on my journey. But look, I would encourage anybody, if you're in a leadership position, seek out some type of 360 feedback.
Yeah.
And really, really listen, take it in. Don't be defensive.
Yeah.
And I think it really coincides with everything we're talking about, the value-driven professional.
Yeah. Well, and I just, man, learning, even if it's a 5 minutes at the beginning of a meeting, like your team is not learning on their own.
Right.
They're not learning.
Right.
In fact, we said, hey, we're going to read a book. Half the team said they've never read a book in their life.
Yeah.
Seriously. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, never read a book in your life. Well, now we're going to read a book. And now we might be reading 3 pages a week, but we're reading a book.
That's right.
And we're going to do it.
Yeah.
All right. And man, it's crazy because it is literally, I mean, you hear feedback. It's like, oh yeah, I was reading this and I was reading this at home and I made my wife read it. Because like this is like literally how I was raised and how, I was raised to be the victim. And this is everybody in my family is a victim and all this stuff. And now I see that I'm demonstrating that with my kids and my wife. So I brought it up to my kids. I told them about it, So it's just learning. Yeah. And we can be that catalyst. And it can be very simple and easy. And there's so many great tools out there.
Yeah.
And there's just one of them. It's a good one.
I love it.
Yep.
Well done, man.
Cool. Is that it? That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your favorite Dave Matthews song?
Probably I'm going to go with, I don't know.
I mean, I'm just such a fan of the whole catalog. I love them all. What can I say?
Laurie's favorite is Crush. It's a good one.
Okay. Yeah.
Like Crush.
Yeah. Not Crash. Crush.
Crush.
Yes. The bass.
The bass. Yeah. That's a good one.
It's a good one. Yeah. I like that one. I like that record.
Stay. I like Stay.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
They played that one at this time. That's the unique thing about Dave Matthews is everyone's different. Mm-hmm. Their catalog's so big. They play like 16 songs. Mm-hmm. But it's random stuff. I'm a Dave Matthews fan. I'm not a super fan, but I'm a fan. And probably 3 or 4 of the songs they played, maybe I'd heard them, but I didn't know them. Yeah. Like, what album is that on? Like, what's this song called? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah. And then at the very end, he's like, hey, I wrote this song 3 years ago for a documentary. I've never played it live. Here we go. And he just plays it. Like, wow, I was there for the first time to ever play this song live.
Here you go. Special moment.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave.
All right.
All right. See ya.